What's going on guys, Bunks here and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the Eissentam galaxy, which is also known as the Lush galaxy, as it contains a much higher proportion of lush and paradise planets than any other galaxy in No Man's Sky. And that means it's definitely the galaxy to be in if you're wanting to create bases on paradise planets. It is the 10th galaxy you'd visit, so it's not like it's a quick trip to get there in your starship, but today I'll be showing you two methods of getting there in the quickest way possible, along with everything you need to know for each tip. One may take you an hour or two at most, and the other would take you a matter of minutes, but it's rarely possible to do this method, but I'll be covering it anyway, so make sure you stick around to the end of the video so you don't miss out on anything important. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get stuck in. Right, there are a couple of things you're going to need, and the first of those is either multiple starships, a living ship, or a small chunk of money to buy a crap starship, because each time you visit a new galaxy, all of the tech modules in your starship are going to go bang and be broken, so it makes much more sense to make the jump in a ship you either don't use, hence having multiple ships, a ship without technology components, hence a living ship, or a ship you can just disregard when you've made the trip, hence buying a cheap starship on a space station near to the galaxy core. Using a secondary ship of some description means that once you've landed in the next galaxy, you can then just switch back to your main ship, which is going to have absolutely nothing wrong with it. Simples. And the same is true for multi-tools. Everything on your multi-tool will break when warping to another galaxy, so you want to make sure that you have a secondary multi-tool that you don't care about going kaput along the way. That way your main multi-tool is unharmed and you can just switch back to it once you've visited the next galaxy. And finally, the same is of course true for technology components in your exosuit, so be prepared to do some inventory restructuring or repairing of components once you've landed in each of the galaxies. It's not absolutely essential, but it is also worth having access to all 16 of the portal glyphs so that you can use the portals to their full potential and get yourself to within one jump of the galaxy core. I will be giving you the coordinates to pretty much the centre of each of the first 9 galaxies later in the video, where you'll be able to jump straight into the galactic core in one go. It doesn't actually take you that long to find all 16 of the portal glyphs, and I have created a video in the past showing you how to do just that. I'll leave a link to that video in the description below for you. However, if you haven't unlocked all 16 of the portal glyphs, but you have unlocked a few of them, there is an alternative way to get near the centre of the first 9 galaxies, and likely the remaining 200 plus galaxies. You will need to have unlocked the sunset/sunrise glyph as a bare minimum, but you can input that 12 times into a portal and it should get you to within a stone's throw away of the galactic core. You may need to do 1 or 2 warps to actually reach it, but it should be a good alternative if you haven't unlocked all of the portal glyphs and you can't be bothered to do so. Right, so you are going to need to know how to find portals, as you're going to be doing this 9 times in each galaxy on your way to Eissentam. And finding portals is really simple if you have some navigational data to start off with. These can be found on board any space station in the form of blue or orange cubes, so spend some time gathering these up. Now, you want to spend these navigational data to buy multiple planetary charts off the cartographer on board the space station, and the type we're interested in is the Ancient Artifact Site planetary chart. I would recommend buying as many of these as you can possibly afford, because you're going to be using them an absolute minimum of 9 times. It's highly likely to be more than that. And when you do have a few of these planetary charts, you want to plot a route, and what we're looking for with them are monoliths. You may not get a monolith first time rounds, but plot another route and then you should get one. This is why you should have at least 9, because you need to do this in every galaxy. And the reason why you want to find the location of monoliths is so you can then get the location of a portal. So when you get to the monolith location, make your way over to it. You'll find that when you interact with the monolith, you'll be left with a couple of options with some actions you can take, but not all of these are going to give you the opportunity to get the location of a portal. So in this instance, if you do choose the wrong option, just reload your game when you got out of your starship near the monolith and then choose another action. When you do pick the right action, you will need to give the monolith a curiosity, and depending on which system you're in, that's either going to be a Gek relic, Korvax casing, or a Vikine dagger. I would recommend stocking up on a few of these because you will be using them more than once. You can get them from NPCs who fly into trading outposts or space stations, and they usually have at least one, so I buy the entire stack off them because it's just the quickest way to get multiple curiosities. Another thing I do when I've reached each galaxy and I'm looking for monoliths again is the first to fly to a system which has a specific dominant alien race for the curiosities you have. For example, if I have 10 Vikine daggers, then I'll warp to a Vikine system, as a monolith will always ask for a dagger and not one of the other items. Just saves time trying to find the others if you're in the wrong kind of system. Anyway, back to the portals. Once the monolith has given you the location to it and you've made your way over there, it's not essential, but if you want, you can create a base at each one so that you can walk back to it from whichever galaxy you're in at any given time. So the reason you want to find portals in each galaxy is because I'm going to give you the galaxy center coordinates for each of the first 9 galaxies before you finally reach Eissentam, and here they are. I'll leave this on screen for a good 30 seconds or so you can pause the video, screenshot it, or do whatever you want, and so on. And whilst that is up, don't forget to change ships and multi-tools before you warp into the galaxy core, so you don't have to faff around with fixing various technology components on each galaxy, because it does get tiring after a while. And another thing you may find is that when you go to the galaxy core, it says you have no hyperdrive fuel before you can warp into it, and that's because, for some reason, you need to have a completely full hyperdrive before switching galaxies. I had a 95% full hyperdrive on one of my ships and it still said the hyperdrive had no fuel. I mean, surely Hello Games could come up with a more meaningful message here, like hyperdrive not completely full or something along those lines. Now, I mentioned earlier in this video that there is an even quicker way of reaching Eissentam, but most of the time it's not even possible. Well, that method is by visiting the anomaly and then wandering over to the large portal in there. Once you interact with it, you should see there are a few community bases which you can visit, and now occasionally one of these is located in Eissentam, and you can check that before you walk there. It is included in the details of the base. If you do go there and one of the bases is located in Eissentam, you're sorted. You'll be there in a matter of seconds. Sadly though, it's not always possible. Now that you know how to quickly find portals in any galaxy and also jump to within a stone's throw of the galactic core in these galaxies and any of the other 200 plus galaxies for that matter, you should keep an eye out for my video coming out in just a few days, as I'll be giving you the portal coordinates to 5 incredibly beautiful paradise planets and 1 insanely awesome lush planet. And they are all unique in their own way, and of course all of them are found in Eissentam. And one of them is one of the most Earth-like planets I've ever come across, so you don't want to miss out on that, right? And those, folks, are the quickest ways you can get to the Eissentam galaxy, which is packed full of lush and paradise planets, which are perfect for making your next awesome base on. And if you're still here, it'd be totally awesome if you could support my channel by hitting those like and subscribe buttons. I will be doing more guides like this in the future, along with videos covering all other aspects of No Man's Sky, like amazing bases, locations, tutorials, updates, update rumours, and more. So you don't want to miss out on any of those, right? And as always, thank you for watching, and catch you next time.